88.9 FM. WDNA.
And that is Red Tail Hawk, Wada Wow, the name in Spanish. And that's a title track from the most recent recording by flutist, composer, arranger Carlos Jimenez. Hopefully I have him on the phone. Carlos, are you there?
I'm here.
All right. How you doing, my friend?
I'm all right. How you doing, Orlando?
I'm doing great, sir. Thank you for taking the time to call us this afternoon.
Thank you for having me.
I know you're a busy man up there in New York.
Oh, yes, I am.
Listen, this recording, I played Arriving before, and kind of contrasting this one to it, a little different sound to it, a little different, more like charanga style recording, I'm thinking, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Tell me about Red Tail Hawk. What inspired you to call it that and to compose that piece?
Well, that's what they call me.
Is
my
that?
My grandfather and my dad, that's what they call me.
Wada Wow?
Sounds of the Red Tail Hawks.
They call you Red Tail Hawk or Wada Wow?
Wada Wow.
That's the Spanish for Red Tail Hawk. Now, you were born in New York, right?
Yeah.
And what was your first instrument you started playing?
I started playing trumpet.
And that, how come?
My dad was a trumpet player.
He was a well-known trumpet player.
At that time, yes, he was.
Yeah. And so you started learning the trumpet from him, and then after a while, you guys went back to the island, right?
Exactly.
In Puerto Rico. And what were you doing there? I mean, you played music. I've read it somewhere where you had little gigs there, and your brother Guillermo with you and all that stuff. What was that about?
Yeah, we had to go back to the island.
Yeah.
The Yalba.
Yeah,
Yalba, Puerto Rico.
Yeah, some folks could do that. Some of us have not been able to. But anyway, that's another show. So you were there and you kind of grew up there, played around. When did you pick up the flute? When did you start playing the flute? Or did you play the piano before that?
Well, no, I played trumpet. Then when I went to school, around when I was 10 years old, I took lessons with my teacher at the high school. But I wasn't in high school at that time. I was, very young. So I wanted to play the flute, but I was into trumpet, trying to follow my dad's routine.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of enjoyed playing it, and I played classical music, concerts. We went to many different parts of the island, Ponce, Panavia. But then I started listening to Mongo Santa Maria's music more, and it was all about flute. So I said, I want to play the flute. I love the sounds of the flute. So yeah, I switched right away. I told my teacher I don't want to play the trumpet no more. So can you teach me how to play the flute?
That was a big switch because, I mean, I'm not a musician myself, but I think that going from a trumpet to a flute, it's quite a challenge.
Yeah, at that time, when you're eager, to just play music, and when you have the love for it, it's like you don't see the things, and you don't feel it. You just grab it and you just play it. Yeah.
So then eventually you came back to New York. Yonkers is where you live, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're very active there with the all the community stuff and all that. I see on Facebook and all the postings that you do and all that.
Yeah, this is my hometown. This is where I was born.
Yeah, and so you're back there. You're back home, and this is your fourth release now as a leader.
Absolutely.
Carlos Jimenez, Mambo Dulcet. All right, so tell me about Mambo Dulcet. That's the folks that are accompanying you in this recording.
Exactly.
Yeah, who are they? Tell me.
Well, I have Sonny Bravo,
Great.
Eddie Martinez,
Fantastic. Also, good friend of ours here at the station as well.
Alfredo Valdez Jr.,
Wow.
Orlando Marin,
Mm-hmm.
trumpet players Pete Nader and Richie Viruet, Luis Kahn on violin and trombone. I have John Guth on guitar, and also my nephew, Guillermo Perez, on guitar.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And now, this is, like we talked just a few minutes ago, this was inspired because that is your nickname, Wow, Red Tail Hawk.
When I was in Puerto Rico, when I used to play the trumpet at home, I used to see them fly all over the place. So
yeah, they're very popular there, Dominican Republic and Cuba, Jamaica, all over the Caribbean.
It's all over. Even here in New York.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
You see
Yeah.
them all over the place.
Yeah, and so this is more a charanga style. You've got the flute, you got the violins. I hear you playing the piano on here as well. I also heard you singing. So we got to add all of those things to your list of credits.
Okay.
Piano, vocalist. Have you recorded anything on the trumpet?
Nah.
Nah. When are you gonna do that? You ever take it up again or not?
I have it. I have 2 trumpets here, and I practice a little bit, and I can't do it because then I can't play the flute.
Yeah.
You know?
See, that's what I was talking about earlier, that it's complete different mouthing and all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so in this recording, you have some very nice Latin jazz, like we just heard, the title track on there. Also some very nice, let's say salsa, vamos a llamarla, Tito Puente will kill us if we're saying that. But anyway, we'll call it that since everybody kind of knows what that's all about. I also have some nice boleros, Alma con Alma, a beautiful Juanito Marquez piece that he composed, and it's on here as well. So it's a mixture of things. It's the jazz or the Latin jazz, the salsa, the dancing music, and all that. Why all of this? Because your previous recordings didn't really touch on the salsa music.
I have more fun making people dance.
I've seen the videos of the events that you play in, and I agree with that because I see a lot of folks dancing on those videos.
Yeah, it's like it's more commercial. People enjoy, and I still have the jazz. The Latin jazz is in it, and the only thing that is changing is that you can dance to it.
Right.
And listening to Cachao, Tito Puente, throughout their interviews, they say the same thing. So I just got the vibe out of it. So I really want to make people dance, and it's always good to improvise.
Well, overall, it's a very danceable recording. We just heard the title track, Tomando Café, in the background right now. I don't know if you hear it or not, but that's playing in the background right now, and it's another very beautiful Latin jazz piece that is totally danceable. And this recording for us here, I don't know if you're familiar with our programming here. We have another program, our sister program called Fusión Latina on the evenings, and that's a more salsa. So some of these tracks that are here, like La Playa and Tu Boquita Dulce y Maravillosa, those kind of things, you're probably going to hear on that kind of a program. Here we'll stay more with the Latin jazz feel. I've been previewing your CD here on the program for the past week or so, and again, I want to thank you for sending it to me and making it available for our listeners and our folks here at WDNA. We really enjoy listening to your music, and we have all your previous recordings as well that they get a lot of airplay as well, Carlos.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
So what's in the future here? What do we got going? What else is coming up?
Well, part 2 of this recording. I still have more recordings that it could not fit. Yeah.
Yeah. It's crammed.
So we're gonna have more artists. I'm trying to get everybody together, other pianists, and guys that have always played with me. So there's more coming in, and we'll as soon as it comes out, you'll be the first one. I'll mail it to.
Oh yeah, I'll appreciate that, and so will our listeners. Enjoy listening to it. Any plans to visit South Florida?
I would love to.
Yeah.
Since you mentioned me
especially
performing live at the station, that would be great.
Especially during these months that are coming up, right?
Yeah,
we're in the 80s right now. I don't know what the temperatures up there in New York, but we're in the 80s right now.
Yeah, it's like 48 right now, a little bit more.
Wow.
It's a little chilly.
Yeah. So, we'll see what we can figure out in some way. Maybe something happens down here, and you can come down and play live for us here not necessarily at WDNA, but if that happens, that's fine. If not, at one of the venues down here, we'll see what happens. We'll try to get everybody on the same page. It's always great to listen to you and talking to you. Now, Tomando Café, another one of your compositions that's playing. Let's listen to a little bit of it, okay?
Okay.
Just stay right where you are. Now, Carlos, on that one, you're on the piano and the flute.
Yeah.
Okay, so you also have Willie Cintrón on bass and George Cintrón on the timbales. Juan Rodriguez, congas. Louis Kahn on trombone. And Richie Ciruet on the trumpet. Yeah, very nice.
Awesome.
Yeah. This is great. I mean, this is such a nice recording. Let me just, as we talk, there was a thing on here that really impressed me, and it was, this album is dedicated to my grandfather, Cruz Jimenez, and his brother, Luis and Polo Jimenez, all Korean War veterans. And I don't know if you recall the day that I debuted the album here was on Veterans Day. It was just a coincidence, but worked out really well because I had the opportunity to thank all the veterans that have taken, that done everything for our country, made it what it is today.
Yeah. I also have an uncle that lives in Tampa. He's a Purple Hearted from Vietnam War. Mm-hmm. And this album was supposed to be released 2010, but I had to hold on to it. And if you see the cover, mm-hmm. the art cover, you see me with the sunglasses and looking down, facing down.
Right.
So it's all grief to my grandfather. Mm. And also the red-tailed hawks, if you notice, it's also part of sacred, like it's a religious belief.
Right.
When we have a member of the family, that has passed away.
Wow.
And also there are veterans. If you can see, the red-tailed hawks are used in the military too, as well.
Yeah, and there's a very nice picture here in the on the inside cover of I'm assuming it's your grandfather and your granduncles, I guess they would be, right?
Yeah.
I
never met the one Polo, the one in the center. Mm-hmm. But the other one, yeah.
He looks very young in the picture there.
Very young. I believe they were all like in their 20s.
Wow.
22, 23, not sure.
Fantastic. Let me congratulate you again on the recording, Carlos. It's a beautiful recording. Carlos Jimenez, Mambo Dulcet, Red Tail Hawk is the name of it. Website, Carlos?
CarlosJimenez.net.
Okay, and on Facebook, they can also look you up?
Carlos Jazz Flautist.
All kinds of information there. And if not, I've posted a couple of things on my Facebook page as well. So you can always check them out on there. This is a great recording. I congratulate you and all the folks that were on there. Before I let you go, I wanted one more thing is Tanto Rogarte. That's the one I'm going to close off with. It's a very nice piece as well. Your composition. You're on vocals on that one a little bit there, right?
Yeah.
Experimenting and moving on. That's great. Fantastic. It's great. It's a nice recording, and good luck, man. Hope you have a great success with it.
Well, Orlando, thank you so much for having me too, and I'm really, really proud to have the opportunity that you have given me today. So I hope everybody enjoys the music, and they're all welcome to connect with me on Facebook or email me on my website, carlosjimenez.net, and also the CD is available at cdbaby.com. Carlos Jimenez, Mambo Dulcet. And I hope we can continue.
Yeah, we will. Like I said, we have all your previous recordings that get played a lot, and this one I'm sure is going to get a lot of airplay as well. And I look forward to your next one.
Absolutely, and I also want to thank WDNA. I want to say hello to everyone there if they're listening, and thank you for having you to present me and my music here today.
It's a pleasure for me. Oye, have a happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy yourself. Don't eat too much, and be safe, okay?
You too, man.
All right.
Thank you very much.
No, thank you. Have a great afternoon. All right. Thank you.
Okay. Bye.
88.9 FM. WDNA.